All right, so let's get started here. We are looking at the radar at the present time. Currently, we don't have any watches out for our area. I'm kind of a little surprised. I thought they might put at least our western counties in a severe thunderstorm watch, but nothing there at this hour. But I am watching a couple areas of storms, our next wave of storms, just northwest of us now. And if you take a look up here, we're looking at a line of storms. Now, this line of storms has had a history of producing some really strong wind gusts in the order of 60 to 70 miles per hour back there in the Texas Panhandle. However, as it's moving to the southeast, it's going to be encountering a more stabilized atmosphere. So I don't know that it's going to remain as strong as it is now. In fact, I would think it would weaken, but I still think it could contain some gusty winds and maybe some brief downpours down our way. If we take a look, that line of storms is basically right along Interstate 40 from about, just west of Elk City through Shamrock down to the south, northwest of Childress. And it is making this little track off to the east and to the northeast. A little hail showing up there south of Shamrock. But if we take a look, still a good ways away, and we didn't think that this would be into our area until 9 or 10 o'clock, and I still think it'll be midnight, probably after midnight before it gets into Wichita Falls. But as of right now, that's what we're looking at, a line of thunderstorms up that way with some gusty winds and a little hail. I think the primary concern down our way would just be the gusty winds with it, but I don't even think they'll be that strong. But if we take a look, some pretty strong winds there across the eastern Texas Panhandle. We can also see some other storms that have formed also down to the south. A pretty good cluster of storms. Look at that big supercell over there southwest of Lubbock. But these are some storms right along 380, and those storms are going to build east into the southern parts of our area, and they may wind up teaming up with those storms to the north. But remember, all those storms we had earlier in the day over us really zapped a lot of the energy out of the atmosphere. So this area here has been stabilized. So as all this storm activity tries to move in, I would think it would weaken some. It's still going to produce some downpours and maybe some gusty winds. So I do have a little bit of a severe threat or a little thunderstorm threat area overnight here. And for gusty winds, downpours, a little thunder and lightning as that makes its way to the south and to the southeast. That would be late tonight, after midnight, and of course out west, maybe around midnight or before. But over our way, Lawton, Wichita Falls, Graham, those areas, probably after midnight before it gets here. I can show you the latest future tracker, and we can see what it shows here. Not doing a real good job. It shows those storms up north, and it kind of blows up an area to the south. And to me, this doesn't look right. Now, I can buy the storms blowing up to the south there because of a boundary in the area. If that were to set up, that would be some really heavy rain over the southern parts of the area, probably a big flood event. But I just don't know that that's going to happen. I think that could be wrong. I would think more than anything, you'd probably see that line of storms pushing in. And then you might see some storms down to the south too. That's the way I think it'll behave. And this also would keep storms going into tomorrow. But again, I just don't know that that's going to be the more likely scenario here. I just think that might be a little bit overdone. So, but I do think we see some storms overnight tonight, and I do think there could be some heavy rain in some areas. If we do wind up getting some heavy rain, there could be some flooding in some spots. So don't be surprised if we wind up with some pretty heavy storms, pretty heavy lightning and thunder there. Midnight or thereafter, maybe in the wee hours of the morning. So, all right, so I'll take time now to answer your questions. So, whatever questions you have for me, go ahead and ask away. It's Thursday night. Time right now is about 9 o'clock. I'm sitting here chilling. And if you've seen my post on here, I've been drinking this stuff here. Little medical procedure tomorrow. So, I mean, I've only been able to get to gulp down about, that's a little bit more than half of that stuff. I still got a ways to go. I got to get the rest down some way or another, but it was making me sick. I couldn't do anymore. So I had to I drank it. I took a little bit of a break, and then I'll drink some more, I guess, when I go home here in a little bit. So, yay! So much fun, right? Lucky me. Well, as you get to be an adult, though, you got to do these things, right? You just have to. I mean, it's one of those things I'd rather inconvenience myself for a day rather than be in a situation where I get cancer or something later on down the road. So, I figured this Mavs would win tonight, Javier. They usually do. After they play bad like they did last night, Luka usually turns around, has a good night. So, yeah, good deal. Hopefully they take it all. I'm thinking about 1 o'clock maybe. Midnight, 1 o'clock. Probably about 1 o'clock. Fatima Garcia. Yeah, um, yeah, I just been chilling here at the office, so I'm not sweaty. Ashley, what you talking about? I'm not sweaty. I may be a little bit oily, but I'm not sweaty. Yeah, I'm just a little. It's just it's the lighting in here, and I'm a little oily there, I guess. But no sweat, not hot. In fact, if anything, I'm a little cold. But I am sitting here chilling, just talking with you guys, just seeing what's up. Excuse me. I am drinking clear liquid, so I'm drinking a little Sprite here. So I'm not excited about the night. What's up, Stephanie? What, James? How's Vernon looking tonight? Vernon looking some thunderstorms here in a little while. Nothing bad though, Ashley. Do you think the Dubai cloud seeding has anything to do with an overactive weather pattern in our area, the same way volcanoes affect weather patterns around the globe? No, I do not. No, I think you'll be fine in sulfur. You'll be fine. Nope, nothing crazy. Maybe some thunder and lightning downpours there after midnight. Thanks, Steve. I appreciate it. Um, no, this is not going to be our summer. It's just we're just in the wet period right now, wet pattern now. This will not be. This won't last much longer. Yeah, I see a weather pattern change, perhaps mid to late next week, Ryan. It always is, Ashley. It always is. Thank you, Allie. I appreciate that. You're awesome too. I don't know you, but I'm gonna say you're awesome. Just in here chilling, just hanging out with you guys. You guys really are my friends. I don't have time to go do anything. So I guess my socialization is done right here with you guys on social media because I just don't have time to do much. So, all right. So Ashley, I'm from Mississippi. That's where I grew up, born and raised. And the humidity there in the summertime along the Gulf Coast, it's like Houston. If you've ever been there, it's stifling. It is incredibly bad. And I mean, there's no breeze, there's no any of that. So here, while right now it's humid, later on in the summer it won't be humid. It'll just be hot. It'll be more of it. It won't be as dry as Phoenix, but it'll be a dry heat here. Certainly, I like our heat here more so than I do that humidity I grew up in Mississippi. You know what I hate though the most about the heat though is the fact that my AC at my house doesn't cut off, and that just means huge electric bills. So, Katie, you ain't missed much. You didn't miss much. But yeah, I gotta drink the rest of this crap when I get home. That's about I'd say the line was right there, so I've drank down to here, so I've got about a quarter, a little bit less than a half, a little bit more than a quarter to drink, and this is just not good stuff. This stuff is just, it doesn't taste bad. If you ever drink it before, it tastes more like, it's just kind of got a little salty taste to it, but it's just, you drink that stuff and it gets in your stomach and it causes your stomach to hurt. Oh, I hope I don't there, Jason. I'm gonna try my best not to, but you know what? I mean, it would definitely be a first for me if I did, but I'm not planning on doing that. That's awesome. To graduate high school or college, it is torture, Norma. I don't know. It really isn't. I mean, it could be worse. If you've ever had this stuff done before, it really, I mean, it sucks, yeah, but it could be worse. So I don't know why the doctor. I don't even, I've never even met the doctor. I just did a consultation over the phone. This is one of those things that insurance pays for. So I don't even have to. I didn't have to go in. I had to just talk to him over the phone. I show up and the doctor just does what he does. But this is what they gave me was this stuff. It was powder, and this stuff is, like I say, it's not the worst, but it certainly it just hurts. It just hurts your stomach. Good deal there, Ashley. Good deal. I don't have any plans for the summer really. I'm just gonna do stuff around here, I guess. No big plans. But I don't ever do anything. I'm kind of just kind of chill. It's really bit. Mom just asked me on the phone, "How you making it?" But I don't really have any big plans this summer. But I don't do much ever. It's not that I don't want to, because I do want to. I just don't have time to. I've got a lot of responsibilities. So I don't get to go do a whole lot. I am supposed to go to Italy in September, so we'll see if that works out. No, it's just routine, Diana. No, it's nothing to be concerned about, I don't think. They just say once you get to be 45 years old, they want you to start having this done, every so often. And, I guess especially since the insurance pays for it, there's no reason not to have it done, right? You're probably about right, Case. You're probably about right. You know what happens here? Once it quits raining, it quits raining, and it will. The faucet will turn off, and that'll be it. Some thunderstorms, but nothing too bad. My anniversary is later next month too, so I guess it'll be 7 or maybe 8 years, I think. So AC and I got a thing going on. I have condition that sweat glands don't work. Saving on deodorant does not offset electric cost. I can imagine so. Yeah, they actually had two, I think, down there last week, Raw. I haven't seen a tornado in a long time. Because I'm always here in the station, so I'm not out and about. I saw a little one up in Nebraska, storm chasing probably. Oh, I'd say probably about a little bit less than 10 years ago, and then I saw one. I saw the big El Reno tornado back in what was it, 2013. But it's been a long time though since I've seen one. And this was the year every storm produced this year, so. But looks like we're going to make it through at least here just fine. Thank you, Diane. Diana, I appreciate it. I'm praying for good results too. Like I say, I don't have any reason. There's not really any family history, and I don't have any known issues. So yeah, I'm feel quite certain that that'll be okay. But you never know, And if there's something there and they can get it, and they can get it now, then I would rather, I'd rather take care of it while it could be taken care of, right? So I encourage any of you guys on here, gals, anybody on here, that when you get to be, these days, insurance, I don't know what they do. It used to be just 45, but they say that people are getting it younger and younger these days. So whatever insurance will take care of, or insurance says you need to have it, to go have it done. Because if the insurance pays for it, there's no reason not to have it done. So. I'll give y'all an update tomorrow, though, when I get done. I'm having it done at 2:30 in the afternoon, but you know how that goes. That's right. That's right, Dinah. We want to do the right things. We want to do the right things and get it all nipped in the bud before it becomes a problem. But yeah, I'm just sitting here chilling with y'all for a little bit, answering y'all's questions if you got any, and kind of tired, kind of sleepy all of a sudden. Kind of ready to go to bed. But it could be a long night for me, so. The way we've got with severe weather and thunderstorms, this type of stuff we're seeing now, that I really don't even stay at the station, honestly. When the newscast is over, I'll leave because I can watch it from home. I can look at it on my phone. I can do an update from home if I need to. But this time of year, this stuff is usually just kind of regulated to, or kind of just produces some heavy rain and some gusty winds there. It really isn't some serious, severe weather. So La Nina is coming. We're not officially La Nina yet, but we're getting there quick. So we started off being, because what's happening is there's a bit of a delayed reaction to the change in the weather pattern. So this happened last year when we transitioned to El Nino. We didn't see much of an El Nino weather pattern in the spring when you thought we would have gotten it. Even though we were in El Nino, we didn't see it happen until the summer. And there was crazy tornadoes and weather patterns last summer. Well, this year we've transitioned to La Nina, and we're still seeing some of the effects, at least in the weather patterns from El Nino. That's why it's so wet right now. But those should be going away here pretty soon. I would think by mid to late June we'll be in the summer hot, dry weather pattern. But we had a lot of rain, so it's going to take it a while for things to dry out. It has to get, everything needs to dry out and get like brown before you start seeing those really hot temperatures. So, people tell me I look tired all the time. Why is that? I'm not tired. I am tired. I could go to sleep, but I don't think I look tired. Oh, that's good, Delaney. I didn't know about that. Wow, that's awesome, Andrea. So if I got any of those polyps or anything like that, they'll remove those tomorrow, and I won't have to worry about it. Oh, I'm sorry, Destiny. Randolette line of storms probably about 1 o'clock in the morning, maybe two, somewhere in there. Sorry, Destiny, I just saw that. Well, actually, I saw it earlier, and I was in the middle of talking, and I just forgot to answer it. So you're welcome, Destiny. Yeah, you'll probably get some more rain tonight. Yeah, I agree with the electrolyte thing. It does. You're flushing out everything. So yeah, you're probably flushing out your electrolytes too. So, Katie, just maybe some gusty winds and quick downpours. I think this line's going to weaken as it gets here because it's moving into some stabilized air. So I wouldn't think that it would be too much to it. But yeah, Naomi, some storms probably 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. Same with Bert. I wouldn't think it would be much earlier. We can pull the radar up again and take a look at it though. See if they're any closer to us. Got to have some warnings there in northwestern parts of Hardeman County. It's going to be for some gusty winds. I don't know, man. I just don't really see it. You know, I just don't. I don't see real strong winds with this. I mean, there could be some in there, but I don't really see a whole lot. We also got this area storm. Look at this, another tornado warning there tonight. There was a tornado earlier today in the Midland, Odessa area. This is a tornado warning there, well southwest of Lubbock. And this will be north or northwest of the Midland area. This is a big supercell there on the back edge of all this activity. This activity is headed towards us, but it won't be anything like that. This is their tornado season out west. This is when they see their stuff. To look at that, I don't really see anything significant there. There might be something trying there on the backside, northeast of Denver City, but it doesn't look like anything too bad to me, honestly. That's a pretty significant supercell, though. It's a big hail for sure. But all these supercells have been producing this year. Look at that other big little complex of storms down near Abilene. That too should be in some rain-cooled air, so that might weaken. So, But these storms might contain some winds overnight, maybe some small hail, but there will probably be some severe thunderstorm warnings. But I don't think it's going to be anything too bad. I moved from Austin to Lawton 3 years ago. I start and end my day watching you and the news team at KUZ. Y'all do a great job. Thank you there, Raul. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that, Ann. Thank you. No tornadoes overnight, Brianna. Well, we try to keep it real here in the weather office. We try to tell y'all like it is and try to keep it real. Well, Kayla, I would think, if you're, if you're Wichita Falls, I'd say 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. Oh, maybe a little bit after. It's only 9 o'clock. Maybe between midnight and 1 o'clock, somewhere in there. As that storm front continues to move south and southeast, it may pick up some steam. It might pick up a little bit. So we'll see. But it doesn't look like anything too major to me at this time. But no tornadoes tonight. None. Vernon, some storms will be probably closer to midnight, 11:30, 12 o'clock in the Vernon. Bowie will be well after midnight. You're welcome, Judy. It's been a pretty rough storm season across the country, so I can understand why. Been a lot of bad weather this year, but we're just about done with it. This is not what I call tornado weather. Tornado weather is when you're dealing with supercells, that kind of thing. This is just more, we just call it heavy rain. I think your bigger threats this time of the year are flooding and gusty winds. Thank you, Sarah. I appreciate you. We try not to, Raw. But this world, and I'm not going to get too deep into it, but these days, you got those guys on the internet that are really doing a lot of that sensationalism, and so we try to avoid that. There are just very few weather patterns that ever really, deserve a lot of hype. We've had a couple of them this year that needed to be hyped up a little bit, but we've been pretty fortunate. The one last Saturday could have been really bad, and it was pretty bad for some. But we seem to get lucky here. So Winfield, Alabama. Who's your son? If you don't mind me asking. I ask. It seems like I met somebody from Winfield, Alabama here. There's a guy, I do know a guy, his name is Jonathan Burleson. He does some weather. He's a meteorologist, but he doesn't do anything on TV, but I think he lives in Winfield. Hmm. Well, I guess me and this Electra Sol FO will I guess we got a date here in a little while. So I got to, go home and do that. Yay me. But anyway. Well, guys, I'm gonna jump off here. I'll if I need to do any more updates, I will before I leave tonight. So, I'm not planning on sticking around. I mean, I might stick around some. We'll just see what these storms do. But as of right now, I'm probably just gonna kind of just keep an update or two from home there. And if anything gets really bad, I'll come back in. But I don't think I'm gonna have to. But we'll keep an eye on it though anyway. All right, y'all. You have a good night.